Hi, everybody. Welcome to Petra's Happy Place. How's everybody doing today? It is, as I'm recording right now, it is Sunday afternoon, and I thought I would pop on and just do a little catch up. It's been a little while since I was able to get on and show you what I've been working on. So I thought I would do that today. It is the 26th of February, and the month is coming to a close as far as my designer of the month. So I have been featuring um, Jeannie from On the Hook Crochet. For those of you that are not familiar with her, I will leave a link to her channel in the description box. But I have completed, oh goodness. Well, put it this way, I've completed at least 4 things from her this month, but I've also shown projects that I've worked on in the past, and I have put in each of the videos. So if you go back and you look at my 2 previous videos that are titled Designer of the Month for the month of February, there is something, if you'd like to win one of those patterns, there's something that you need to do, but you need to do it in those videos and in those comment sections of those 2 videos. So I don't even remember the names of all of them. So that's going to be on you guys to just watch the videos and then comment what you need to comment to be eligible to win, to put in to win one of those patterns. Okay. So as far as what have I done more from Jeannie, and the answer is nothing. I had started another project. I just washed my hair, so my hair just keeps falling in my eyes. But I had started something and it wasn't working out the way I wanted it to, so I nixed it. And I haven't frogged it yet, but I'm going to be frogging it because it's just I'm making it too big, or I'm not working it quite right. So I'm going to be taking that apart and trying it again. Yeah, that's all I have for Designer of the Month. Not much, but I started it off with a bang. I know that. So let me talk about non-yarny things real quick. So Mr. Happy took a trip by himself to Florida to go visit his brother. And while he was there visiting, he thought of me. And he had stopped into this one antique shop that everything was like 75% off because they were closing this antique shop. My theory is that, it's Florida. There's a lot of elderly people down there that are either downsizing or they're passing away and sending stuff to the antique stores, and so they're trying to get rid of all this stuff. So it come in a box. I don't know if I can, let me see here. I'm going to situate the camera so I can show the whole thing. Because I opened the box here, and there it is. What do you guys think? Let me pull this out. Actually, it's a tea for one, and you don't really find that very often. But you've got your saucer, and it's so pretty. I like the presentation in the box. Here's the little, it's more like a coffee cup, not a teacup. But anyway, there's the teacup. Isn't that pretty with all those pretty spring flowers? And for those of you that are unaware, I collect teacups, and I had to slow down for a while because I was having so many. But yeah, this is going to make a nice addition to that collection. Not sure if I'm going to keep the box though, because that box really takes up a lot of space. But here, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'll do it like this. Isn't that beautiful? It's so pretty. And you know, this has the amount of coffee you would need or tea for 1 cup. It would fill it up. So yeah, and so you could keep it nice and warm. There you go. Isn't that a neat gift? Thank you, Mr. Happy. So he's sitting behind the camera. Say hello.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. So I have been reading, but I don't have those books with me. I've started reading more nonfiction, and I haven't been able to add anything um, to my list in my book because I haven't finished anything. I haven't finished a single book. I just, so really I have nothing for the month of February unless I finish this one book in the next couple days, which you never know, I might. So that's all the non-yarny things. I just had to show you that little tea set. It's actually a pretty good size for a teacup. I have to leave it there so I can look at it. If I had space behind me to put it, I would put it out for you guys to see, but I don't. Okay, so I have no finished objects this week. And that's okay. I mean, I would rather like to have a finished object, but I don't, not this time. Because I've just been working on a lot of little things that, just take some time, and I don't have time to actually, let's be real. It's not that I don't have the time to finish them. It's that I have a disease. I do. I have a disease. It's called startitis. And yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. But it's also a perfectionist thing. The startitis. I have startitis because I start things and I get so excited about a project, and I get an idea for another one and I start another one, and it's very rare. That's why I have so many UFOs, because I put them on the shelf. I'll get around to it. I'll get around to it. So let me show you my whips. Now, I apologize. I keep doing this because I don't know if it's getting long or what. I have been working on my Bronte ripple blanket, and I'm looking forward to moving that little progress marker. So let me find the progress marker real quick. Okay. It's right here. That means that since the last time I've shown you this, I have completed these rows. So I did the multi, white, denim, gray, another blue, multi, white, and so that's as far as I've gotten. Okay. So now, while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to take this progress marker. I have not sewn in the ends to those, but I'm going to put my progress marker up here now that you've seen it. So it is too big to show on the camera because it's big already. Okay, so how wide is it? Well, it's probably a good 5.5. If I stretch it out, almost 6 foot. Okay, so that's a good width. Okay, I'm close to being finished with it. So okay, this is how long it is. I start right here. Da-da. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Okay, so let me fold it in half. And that is a little less than 3 feet. So it's a little less than 6 feet long. Oh, yeah, it's about a square right now. That's what it is. It's about a square. Because I'm going like that, and it's about the same. So my plan is, I did buy some more big twist because I was out of this denim and this gray. This is the last of the gray, and I had to actually start a new blue. So let's see here. I started with the blue here. That's the color I started with at the very beginning. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish with the, let's see here. I've got the denim and the gray. So I got denim and gray, and then I'm going to do another series. So from the blue here, I'm going to do blue, multi-white, denim, gray. I'm going to do that section at least once more. I'm just going to hold it up and see how big it is. And if I think it's big enough, then I'll leave it go at that. But that is the progress that I've made on that. So I have come a long way. What am I wearing? Let me just tell you this real quick. I use Be So Baby yarn on this. This is one of my projects that I took out of the Area 51. And I finished this one. And I showed it more in detail in the last video. Okay. And as far as my temperature square goes, I have gotten all the way up until about the 23rd maybe. And I've got this much done. So I have several more days, and then I have to put on three rounds of white, because obviously I want 31 rounds for every square for them to match. So yeah, so that is what I still need to do with this, and I still need to put in all the ends. And then February will be done. So I've got about 5 more days, and then the 3 rounds, and that it doesn't take me long to do it all. So I'll be able to finish that in an evening. So that is almost done, and it's fun. I'll tell you what. So this blue indicates the coldest in this month. The coldest we ever got was this dark blue, which is, let me look at my little chart. It is 31 to 40 degrees. That is unusual for Kentucky, y'all. Usually Kentucky in the month of February is still in the 20s and 30s. So I should have some denim, but it wasn't. So the coldest in the month it got was in the 30s and 40s. And then the hottest is this, the last one I did. It was 76 degrees, and that is magenta. So this color here is magenta, and it was the warmest. So we only had so far one of the magenta, but any of the pinks indicate that they're the warmer. See, the coldest are the blues, then there's the purples, and then there's the pinks are the warmest. There's a lot of purples in there. And this, let's see here. This color pink is Candy Floss. This is a pink. So I have that as 66 to 70 degrees. But let's see here. This is not a Candy Floss. This is more of a that's a clematis. So that's a medium, and the clematis is 61 to 65. So yeah, there are some very moderate temperatures this month. So those are the two that I've been working on. As far as my fruit garden, I haven't picked it up until this morning, and I was able to do a little bit. Oh, a little bit. So let me show you. This is how far I've come, and I love this. I love it so much. So this is the colorway that I'm doing, and it's the red house. Um, and I changed out this color, this burgundy color here on the original pattern. It suggested it was more like a mulberry pinky, like a lighter or darker pink. It looked like a magenta, and I didn't want it pink. Um, the way that they have it, let me see if I can find a good close up of it. Um, well, I was hoping, here it is. Okay. So that is a close, that, well, that's not really close, but you can see that they used more like a lighter denim blue for the main part, and then this pinky color here around the edges. Okay. Well, I wanted a more of a royal blue. That's why I chose this for the blue. And so I figured I didn't want another bright color. Like for the edges, I didn't want a bright color, which would have been a pinky red, but I wanted more of a European flavor. And so that is why I chose the this color. It's a burgundy. Let me see. Is that what they call it? Yeah, burgundy. And this is the Valley Yarns Superwash Merino and Microfiber. That is this one. And this one is the Barocco Vintage Baby, which is acrylic wool and nylon. But I just love those colors. And so I have like a deeper color and a brighter color instead of having two really bright colors. Anyway, I just love the way this is turning out. I didn't go, with exactly what they were showing. So there's that. And let me see here. I'm going to try to, let's see if I can find what it looks like, what they say it was supposed to look like. It's this one right here. And you can barely see that magenta behind there, but do you see the difference in this one? It looks pretty, and it looks more old-fashioned, but this one to me looks very European, like Scandinavian. So I love it. I love it. Okay. So that's as far as I got on the fruit garden blanket, the crochet along. And I'm not really, Deb from One More Whip and I we're working at our own pace, and we're just kind of like keeping each other accountable. But we are just really enjoying that. She's gotten further than I have, but that's okay. That's okay. So, other whips. So I started a project because I wanted to pick up Tunisian again. And so I started a project, and this is what it looks like so far. I have not done my ends. I was watching a video, by the way. Someone was knitting, and they were saying that, I think it was Nitty Natty. She was saying that She was enjoying working with her knitted projects more if she sewed in the ends because it didn't feel so undone. And so I'm thinking, I think I might want to do that. I think I might want to go ahead and sew in the ends, but it's just going to be a shawl. I don't know what size it's going to be, but it's supposed to be an asymmetrical shawl. So I started here, and what you do is you don't increase on the one side, and on the other side you just keep increasing. On this side here, you just keep increasing until you get it as big as you want. That's how this is really worked, how an asymmetrical shawl is worked. However, I think what I'm going to end up doing, because I don't want it like really, I don't want it to where it's like once this side is narrow and kind of, it's hard to wrap. And then the other side being thick. I just find that those kinds of shawls are just, they're not practical for me anyway. So what I think I'm going to do is keep working it as big as I want the point to be. And I kind of like it like this. But I think I'm going to do about another couple of sections of stripes. And then I'm going to keep increasing on this end, but I'm going to start decreasing on this end. So it will, come together to, well, that's not going to work either, is it? I would almost have to decrease on both ends. Or maybe I decrease. Oh, goodness. I would have to decrease on this end and then keep this one the same. No, that's not right either. I'd have to figure this one out. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I just did it all wrong. I don't know. But let me show you the stitches. So this right here is a knit stitch, a Tunisian knit stitch. And doesn't it look just like knitting? It looks just like a knit stitch in knitting. And then this is called a lace stitch. I'm not sure if I would call it a lace stitch as much as it is just an extended knit stitch. Okay, so I'm going to be blocking it. So right now you really can't see, you can see a little bit, but I think once it's blocked, let me take a, you can really see, once you would block it, I think you'd really see that pretty pattern. But yeah. And I'm just striping it any old which way and just kind of like doing some extended knit stitch like that. Isn't that pretty? And then just regular knit stitch. Some I combine. These are the colors I'm using, and I don't know all the different I don't know the different name brands or anything, but this is all like a number between a 1 and a 2 weight. But these are all the colors I'm using. They're just all light colors, except for this has a little pop of a purpley pink, and then this is a darker gray. But you can see there's some really pretty light colors in here. Let me see if I can. Actually, here you know what, I haven't used this color yet, but here's some lavenders. This is a very, very, very light lavender. There it goes. And here's a light pink. Here's a light gray. Let's see here what else we got. Here's a medium purpley pink. I think they just go so well together. It's going to be such a nice airy type shawl. And this, I'm using a 3.5 millimeter interchangeable crochet hook. This is from Knitter's Pride. So there's that. I'm disappointed. I just went on furls. I love the furls straight hooks, and apparently they don't make the Tunisian hooks anymore. Bummer. So the other thing that happened when Mr. Happy was down in Florida is he got to visit with his great nieces. And I think that's what is that what you would call them? Great nieces? Grand nieces. The two little girls that I had made dresses for a couple years back for Christmas. Y'all remember that? Oh, I had so much fun making those dresses. Well, I forgot all about them because I had already, given them to them for Christmas. And so when he was letting me know about all the little antics that this little one was doing, I thought, I've got to make them some more dresses. And they're kind of like my grandkids, kind of. I've kind of like adopted. I've already talked to the mom about this, Mr. Happy's niece. I've already talked to her because it was like she's about the same age as my oldest daughter, and so the little girls are like kind of like my grandbabies, and I'd like to treat them like that. So I was like, I need to start making them some dresses because they're really frou-frou girly type girls, and they are very much individuals. They're so different. Although Mr. Happy says that when he looks at still pictures, he can't tell them apart. I don't know what's up with that, but I found a pattern, and I'm going to be making, and I just got done doing a kind of a mini swatch to see what I want to use. But I found these Be So Baby colors. Aren't they gorgeous? This one here is the it's called salmon, and then this one is coral, but they go so well together. So I'm going to make the bodice part. Here, the bodice part I'm going to make with this salmon color, and I'm going to be trimming the neck and the sleeves or the sleeve holes, the armholes, with the darker salmon, and then I'm going to make the dress part, the skirt part of the dress with this coral color, and then trim it in a little bit of the salmon color. I think that is just going to be so pretty. And like I said, I was working on a mini swatch, and it's working up so nice. Now, the swatch is going to be bigger than the size that I was going to make. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to follow the directions. If you were watching any of my later videos, you'd see that I had talked about when you see a pattern and if you do a gauge, how to get your size. If there's like a size pattern that you wanted to follow. Well, this, I was trying to gauge it for a 6X. And, but when I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook. By the way, if anybody out there knows what name brand this is, I would love to know. I cannot remember. I remember I got it at a yarn store one time, but this is what it looks like. And it's not long. It's, it's a shorter hook. And, but there's no brand name on this at all. I'm thinking that it looks like and is shaped like a tulip, but I'm not sure. But if you know what that is, please let me know in the comment section. So this is a 3.5, and I'm using a 3-weight yarn, and this the size I'm working up is about an inch more than what the gauge than the gauge that I'm supposed to have. So instead of working all the numbers for the 6X, I'm going to be doing it for the 4-5. And that way it'll fit better. And because it's this milk fiber, it does have some give. So that's nice. And I also know that it's because it's the same as this right here, that once you wash it, it'll become more drapey. As if it wasn't drapey enough, it'll become more drapey. And I'm really liking the stitch pattern. So I look forward to working on that this week. I'm so excited. So this is going to be my crochet project that I work on. And then I have the Tunisian project. And of course I've got the blankets, but if I'm out, if I go to work and I wanted to take a crochet project with me, I don't take a blanket. I take something smaller. So that, my friends, is all I have for today. I wanted to thank you for joining me. Today being the 26th, I am probably later on this evening, this is Sunday, okay? I'm going to wait until this goes up, and I want to give enough time to make sure everybody that is wanting to enter to win one of those patterns from Jeannie, I want to give you every opportunity to do that. So go back into the comments, make sure you comment only. You can comment as many times as you want. That's fine, but it's only going to accept one. Okay, so you're not increasing your chances by having 2 comments. So anyway, that's all I've got for now. I'm going to be coming back on, and I will probably, because the way I'm set up, I'm not able to, because there's a lot of different names of the patterns that I wanted you to put in the comment section. There's 8 of them. So it's going to take me some time to do all that. So I'm going to say 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be drawing names, and then as soon as I get done drawing the names, I will go ahead and film and let you all know who the winners are. Okay. So, and I don't have giveaway in any of my titles of any of these videos. So I hope you stay to the end to be able to know and be reminded to go back and watch those other videos. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening and afternoon. And if you're watching this another time, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're not going to be able to be entered to those giveaways, but I do want to give Miss Jeannie the opportunity to have everything ready to go and be able to gift everybody by the 1st of the month. Okay, you have a wonderful day. Bye now.